B.APart थर्ड के विद्यार्थियों का ऑनलाइन क्लास में हार्दिक स्वागत। मैं विनीता चौधरी, एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर, गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज सुजानगढ़। प्रिय विद्यार्थियों, यह हमारे दूसरा वीडियो है। इससे पहले के वीडियो में हमने डिस्कस किया था सिलेबस ऑफ पेपर सेकेंड, and in today's video we will talk about the first essay, The Meeting Pool by Ruskin Bond। इस वीडियो में हम चर्चा करेंगे about the author Ruskin Bond and a brief summary of the essay Meeting Pool। So let's start the video. First, introduction to the author. Ruskin Bond was born in Kasoli, Himachal Pradesh in 1934 and grew up in Jamnagar, Gujarat, Dehradun and Shimla. In course of a writing career spanning 40 years, he was written over 100 short stories, essays, novels, and more than 30 books of children. 3 collections of short stories: The Night Train at Deoli, Time Stops at Shamli, and Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra, have been published by Penguin India. He has also edited 2 anthologies: The Penguin Book of Indian Ghost Stories and The Penguin Book of Indian Railway Stories. The Room on the Roof was his first novel, written when he was 17, and it received the John Sullivan Prize Memorial Prize in 1957. Vagrants in the Valley was also written in his teens and picked up from where The Room on the Roof leaves off. These 2 novels were published in 1 volume by Penguin India in 1993, as was a much acclaimed collection of his non-fiction writing. Rain in the Mountain, Delhi is Not Far, the best of Ruskin Bond, was published by Penguin India the following year. Ruskin Bond received the Sahitya Academy Award for English Writing in India for 1992 for Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra. Summing up his last essay in The Lamp is Lit, Ruskin writes, and there are many brave and good Indian writers who work in their own language, be it Bengali or Odia or Telugu or Marathi or 15 to 20 others, and plow their lonely furrow without benefit of agent or media blessed or Booker Prize. Some of them may despair, but even so they work on in despair. Their rewards may be small, their readers few, but it is enough to keep them from turning off the light. For they know that the pen in honest and gifted hands is mightier than the grave. Ruskin then goes on to write, and these are my parting words to you, dear reader. May You have the wisdom to be simple and the humor to be happy. So, this was the brief introduction of the writer of the meeting pool of by Ruskin Bond. Now we will talk about the summary of the essay, The Meeting Pool. The story opens with a place that there are three friends, Rusty, Sonmi, and Anil, and would meet at the pool after an expiry of 10 years. The narrator is led to despair the beauty of the pool and the natural surroundings. There were three friends playing together in a certain pool in the hillside of the area. The meeting pool by Ruskin Bond is considered as one of the greatest pieces for describing the ravages of time. It describes that how the requirements and necessities of an individual changes by the passage of time. It also depicts that the time is an oblivious enemy and time is tyrant. It says that the time is destructive. Time destroys everything. The relation, the friendship, the necessities, the immortality of royals, etc. So, let's start the summary of the story. There were three friends playing together in a certain pool in the hillside of their area. They used to go there to enjoy swimming. They were Somi, Anil, and Rusty. Rusty is the narrator of the story. Somi had put forth a plan that they both to meet after 10 years. Each and every one agreed to keep the promise and meet at their beloved pool in forest of the foothill. Rusty, the narrator, comes to the place just after the passage of 10 years. He comes there to keep his promise, but coming there he finds neither his friends nor the pool. He then starts brooding over their plan and result of their plan. When they were mere boys, the children of mud and sand, they used to play near a pool what had been discovered by Rusty. The pool was located in the dense hill forest among the sal trees, surrounded by steep rocks and cliffs. The natural scenic beauty was beyond comparison and description, and the boys played there day and night. Every day, these three friends would slip out of their houses to the pool through the forest, forgetting the aerial spheres of the jungle spirits. They started diving, swimming, and riding the buffaloes. Anil and Somi were perfect swimmers, and their physical structure helped to be able to swim across the pool. Buffaloes always came there for drinking and rolling in the mud. These boys used to sit on them until they were disturbed. Anil and Somi were very efficient in catching fish, and they had applied various methods like casting rod or line to bed sheet for fishing. Once they exploded a stick of gunpowder, caught fish, and roasted them on the fire. They had made a dam across the pool, and one day a huge torrent of water washed it away. Likewise, they used to spend their childhood days here in the pool. Now Rusty finds everything changed. Somi, after his matriculation, joined the military service and remained there in his unit. Anil, on the other hand, had been a successful businessman. His nature has changed and he has become a fierce, cruel, angry man. Time has changed everybody. The simple minded boys have become fierce young men of life and sphere of activities. The current of time has carried away all their promises, places, and duties. Again, time has brought various problems for which they have gone away from their love of nature. Those scenic beauties of nature are no more found in the landscape. The narrator seems to be more thoughtful and meditative. He speculates how time passes away, carrying all the places with it. Before coming to town, Rusty again stretches his look to the landscape. Suddenly, he hears some mysterious sounds coming from near distance. Approaching there, Rusty finds a group of boys playing in the pool. But another this was an another pool. Rusty imagines as if he and his two close friends are playing in the pool, forgetting the outside world. His imagination gets mixed with the bitter reality and he comes back. He visited the place to keep his promise. So, प्रिय विद्यार्थियों, ये एक ब्रीफ समरी थी स्टोरी द मीटिंग पूल की. In the next video, we will discuss a critical appreciation of the story The Meeting Pool.